All right, so we got the body off the body in the shop here. We got the neck and everything off. We got it taken apart. So I'm lining up the figuring out the placement for the P90s. So I've got an old pickguard, and I took the other one off, obviously, and I'm looking to see what lines up with the holes. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then these two right here line up. These other holes I'll have to re-drill. I might have to cut a bit of this for the neck, and other than that, so I'll go ahead and screw this down with what I have, and I'll line up the imagine what I'll do is I'll get the pick guard cut first before I do the routing in the body. Grab a screwdriver here. Okay. I'll just get them started in these holes. Okay. Let's see here. I've got one right there that'll line up. It's already drilled. And that looks like it. So what I'm going to do, let's go ahead and finish putting these down. And I don't ever use a drill on a guitar with for the screws, you know, as a screw gun. And I think if you forget to set it back, and these things aren't that, you know, drills aren't that particular with their ratcheting system, so that'll be good. I'm going to go ahead and I'll do those in a sec, but let's check this out. This is actually, I think this is a real Strat. Yeah, it lines up. And I think this might be like an American Strat. I don't know what the specs on that were exactly. I will show you this though. There is the pickguard. I don't know if you can see that, but here is the brand, and there is the number. Anyway, at the end, I'll put at the last video when I get all this done, I'll put it in what all the parts and stuff. I got all this stuff off of Amazon now. And here's let's see how we are going to attempt this. If I can get this out of here without damaging anything. I mean, look at that. Look at that massive magnet and all that copper in there. Okay, these are nicely potted already. So this is going to go, what I'll do is I'll tape it over. I'll just do it here. So here is the procedure. We'll get some tape first. Protect the surface. Let's see here. I'm going to end up taping the whole top of this thing anyway, because it's going to end up going on the scroll saw. But I need to be able to see to line it up. So I'll just do this first. I always keep these containers, because then you put your tape back in it, you don't get junk on the edge, and you keep your clean painter's edge if you keep these in keep it. Let's see. So because of the neck joint here, I'm not going to center this pickup. In other words, I'm not going to try to find that exact harmonic point here. I'll just go ahead and level it with the top of this to protect the integrity of the I guess I could have had my pencils and stuff ready, huh? Protect the integrity of the neck joint there. So let's see here. This other pick guard is just a tiny bit bigger, even it looks like. The black one is than this white. Okay, so we're going to just mark this top line with the pencil. Well, we'll go ahead and circle the whole thing in, and then I got to find the middle point. So seems like I would have had some more precise measuring stuff here. Let's see. This will work though. Okay. So that is 2 3/4. Was that 1 3/8? Let's see, 1 3/8. Looks like it. So let's go 1 3/8. So what I'm doing is I marked the old location of what these would be. I'm finding the center point. Which appears to be 1 3/8 right there. So I will just take this cover off. No, I can't. The cover was coming off. Now I can't get it off. There we go. I'll just be real careful with that. All right, so now I need the half point on this. So we won't use the end deal. Where is that? That is 3 3/8. So 1 1/2 plus 1 2 3/16. So I'm just finding the center. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. It's 1 and well, these are 16ths, so 8, 11/16. So 1 and 11/16. Yeah, it looks like 1 and 11/16 is the center. 1 and 11/16. So we will line it up. Let's extend these lines. Like how precision all this is. Let's see. All right, that looks great. Let's draw around it. All right, so I need to use a darker pen, and I do not have a fine point. Anyway, I'll mark that better before, but I don't know if you can see. There's that one marked. And okay, I've marked this with a pen so you can see better the placement there. So what we'll do is I'm going to grab this. Okay, and I'm just going to mark this. Okay, got the pencil. So all I'm doing is marking a line here that's vertical right there. So let's lay this out. We'll do the same thing over here. And ideally this would lay flat, but I don't have my square that lays flat. So we'll just eyeball it, you know. There you go. Now, let's find the center of this pickup right there. So we got each side lined up. And we can see if it's even. So let's mark this. Mark this line here. It cuts across the center approximately. There we go. And then the center of these. And we should be good. You know what? I'm gonna go get the tremolo, drop it in there just to make sure. All right, so I went and got the tremolo, but when I took the strings off, sometimes these strings stick in the holes here, especially if it's a cheap pot metal like this. You know, I mean, look at the trem block in this that it came with. It's no problem. I have a nice heavy brass one, which then you won't have this problem. But anyway, this is a piece of line trimmer. And you can just stick it in there, and theoretically, there you go. Pull out those little ball ends that get stuck in there, because this is just kind of cheap pot metal, and they get stuck in there. Other than that, everything's cool. Let's see. Yeah, this will be fine. And it looks like it's a good lineup. So what I'm going to do is I will draw around this. Right here. And this will be our pickup placement. How about that? Let's see. There we go. And we are done with this, so right away, let's put it back in its safe place here. And both of these pickups I'm using on this are wired for bridge, because the way I'm going to have the switching on it, there's going to be a coil under here. If you watch the other episodes, I'll have a coil under here that I can run them through that, and kind of cut out some of that 60 cycle hum. So we're ready to cut these out, but I'm going to go ahead and I'll wait to do that. I could cut this out and then put these in next. So yeah, next I'll cut out the pickups, the spaces for the pickup. It gets a little close on this side here, but I'll tape the rest of this so it's protected, and then I'll bring my scroll saw over and we will cut it out. All right, so I've got I used a Dremel here to poke a hole where the inside the area so I can feed the blade through. So let's see here. Unplug that real quick. There we go. And let's do this one first. Let's see if I can get this fed through. It's a matter of just feeling where you can catch it. see if we got it. Would appear so. So I'm going to go just on the inside of the line here, and then I'll use a piece of sandpaper on a little block of wood to true up the edges, make them perfectly flat, and then in the corners I could find a dowel that matches the corner and I could sand those to fit. So we're just going to try to get close, and hopefully the plastic doesn't re-heal all the way around. Goodness, that works amazingly well. Take that blade out. Yeah, check that out. Very nice cut. So we'll just have to true that up a little bit. I'm sure that won't fit. I want it on just this side of the line, so we'll be able to sand that really nice. And then and these are this is just a old Craftsman, and these are fine. If you use any kind of scroll saw, use the finest teeth you can get. So anyway, there we go. Let's do the next one. This one at least is a little closer to the edge, and you can see in there. All right. good shape. All right. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks very good. So, grab that P90 and just see how close we are. Alright. Oh look, there we are. See, I went too far on that one. That'll be fine though. I'll just true up these edges a little bit. See, I should have gone even more in. See, there's a little gap right here. Oh well. I'll just straighten them up a little bit, but it looks good. Came out good. All right, so I've got a block of wood here, and let me see what kind of sandpaper I want to use. Probably something finer, like a 220 or something like that. Let's see. This is 180. Why don't I just break out one of these? There we go. All right, so I've got some 600 here. Just something to true it up a little bit. All right. And just wrap it. There we go. And I'm just gonna, just a 600, just flatten that edge a little bit there. All right. Actually, they look really clean. They're not bad. They're not bad. Let's see here. Yeah, that's good. You don't need much. There we go. Let's see here. Let's just go into that corner a little. It already fit, so I don't need to take much. There, I think that's good. All right. So I will, yeah, we're going to lose our protective coating on this, but I'll just have to tape when I'm doing the switches and stuff too, so that's no biggie. I'll just take this off. Now, something that surprised me about this guitar is there's no shielding inside the body whatsoever, and it amazingly was quiet. I mean, it's like shielding even necessary. I don't know. I'm gonna do it. I always do the really good, you know, copper conductive tape with the conductive glue, you know, or cement on it. But yeah, those are good enough. I wish I wouldn't have screwed this up, but hey, you know, personalized, just personalized for me. Let's see. So if we check this out and we get these holes lined up, oh, look at that, man. I ain't gonna have to take much. Just a little bit off the side here. Look at that. How nice. All right. Oh man, very little. Oh golly, that makes me happy. Because these don't have any bolt down on the edge. Just, you know, shoot, that would almost fit in there right now. But I'll take a little off each side here on the inside with this. I have a Dremel bit right here. Man, that is very little. I mean, you could almost do this guitar where you just move them over just a tad. Like this bottom one might even just fit in there without it. But I'm going to make them a little bigger. And then there's room for my dummy coil. I'll stick it right here. Then I'll figure out where I want my volume and my tone over here. And I'll go ahead and I got to re-drill these. Or I mean, drill the rest of the holes before I do that. Anyway, all right. So we got the tape off. We got this cut. Let me line these up. The holes that already did line up from the old pickguard, which is there. And then I'll just mark in here a little bit where I have to take off that, and I'll draw around this. I want to do around this pickguard so that I know when I'm sanding. So now I know where the edge is here, that I don't get too close, and I know where I have to take this material off with my Dremel. So let's put this aside. And let's go ahead and grab that Dremel. We'll do that real quick. I'll plug it in. All right. That should be fine. Let's we'll just see real quick. There's got to be a little room for tape around it. All right. Let's see. Well, let's just drop it in there and see. Well, I'd say that one works. Let's see. Down here. All right. Making sure there'll be room. I'm making sure there'll be room for the tape in here. I'm gonna take a little more off in that corner right there. That should do it. And then I'll go ahead and drill the rest of the holes for the let's seal that. All right. Just take a little bit more off. Corner. More in here. That ought to be good. All right. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so go ahead and put this back on and drill the rest of the holes. Oh yeah, that'll work good now. And let's find all right, and my little screwdriver. We will screw these back on, and we will drill the other holes. Drill the other holes for the where the pick guard didn't line up with the original holes. So we'll put these in. This one here too, I believe. Don't go too tight, you'll strip them out. Don't need to strip out your holes. All right, now we got to just drill these others. Happen to have a drill right here. Find a bit. Work. think I found one. This is a pretty tiny bit. All right, let's see where this one will go. The heck? Bent screw. Okay, so we only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to drill. I believe there's another layer on there. Anyway. Okay, so I've got all the holes drilled, cut. I've got this cut out here. So we're ready to sand. We've got, I'll just take all the screws out. And we're ready to start doing the sanding in the next section. Got all our... And there's another plastic cover on here. Thank goodness, because I thought I was scuffing it up here, but there's another thin layer of plastic on it. I may have to trim a little bit of this where the neck goes, but I believe this fits good. There we go. See, all just very little cut here and here. What freaks me out about this guitar is the shielding is here. That's it. And then they had none in the body. The thing was like amazingly quiet. I can't. I don't understand that. Do we not need all this grounding and all? Well, it's properly grounded to the bridge and everything. I noticed it. All that, but I mean all the shielding and everything, do we really need all that? This one was really quiet, didn't have any of it. Crazy. Anyway, I'll put that in there for protection, but yeah, look at that, box stock, how nice. And yeah, so now I'm just gonna, I traced around the pick guard with a pencil, so I know when I'm sanding here I won't go into the where the pick guard is, where it wouldn't sit flat, you know. So, and the integrity of the joint is just the same. I didn't have to, because if I would have put the P90 up higher, it would have cut way into this. This would have been gone. So that's why I had to lower it to make it even. So it worked out really well, I think. But